we've got a message, but we've also got a messenger who does not like Sean Combs.
Not at all.
Can you give me some context for this clip? What's true at once here?
Yeah, there's long-time animosity, and it feels like 50 is trying to rebrand himself a little bit because he has been very open about the fact that he does not care for Diddy. He is a notorious troll. I'll tell you a very quick story. Last year, I got to work on a panel, I moderated a panel for 50, which was for the Emmy consideration for his TV show BMF, and I thought surely he won't bring Diddy up because this is for the Emmy voters to watch. That man still managed to bring up and diss Diddy in that course. He did it very creatively, and he's been very outspoken about the fact that he does not like Diddy, but he also does not like Diddy's behaviors. And I think that's interesting because behind the scenes, a lot of people, even those of us who covered this, were very aware of the whispers about some of his behavior, but it took Cassie Ventura filing suit for people to feel emboldened enough to come out. And so I think it's very important what 50 is saying, because he is marking himself as almost like the spokesperson for hip hop and saying that, well, I had to do this because otherwise people would think that this is okay. And there's a lot of discussion about that, Audie, because of the misogyny in hip hop and also because of those fans who continue to this day to say Cassie did all this for money. Even seeing video, because one of their common things they say, of course, Audie, is why didn't she just leave? And
Right.
we literally have video to see the brutality that happened when she did to attempt to leave, at least in one instance. So it's really, still stirring a lot of conversation. And people are actually kind of tickled by the fact that 50 is involved. And let's be very clear, he's an executive producer, so we don't even really know if any creative control he had. But just his name being attached to it was enough to make people want to watch this, Audie.
Okay.
Yo, 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 it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in, back outside with it. H-Town, Texas Nights once again. Over here at my pop's crib, kicking it with him and the fam. Checking out the Texans and Chiefs game and things. And it did get a little chilly out here tonight, but I had to make sure I uploaded this and got everybody right, as Ja Rule has decided to continue his wrath on 50 Cent on the internet after he did the documentary with Diddy recently. And I had a link in the description where you can watch that clip in the beginning in full from CNN where they was discussing it. Diddy sent that cease and desist the other day, him and his team did. It's been a lot of stuff coming on. 50 Cent eventually revealed how he got the footage for it. Diddy supposedly did not pay the cameraman and that voided that contract. Well, Netflix got the footage. 50 Cent is really just an executive producer on it, and most definitely, as them ladies said right there, there's the face to push this, promote this, and it has really worked out in Netflix favor because of the simple fact they got the #1 slot. That's exactly what they was looking for with this documentary, and to get that type of engagement with it, why not use an old rap beef or the theory that there's a rap beef between Diddy and 50? But Ja Rule said that 50's a hypocrite, and he jumped out there on him as he already did before. Nigga always telling on somebody. Old dry snitch, a nigga. Set your BA up. Let's be real. That nigga don't give a F about the victims. We all know why he did the doc. Herman's a cancer to the culture. If he cares so much, then donate the profits to charities for domestic violence. And a dude called out Ja Rule over that tweet and said, at Ja Rule, I am on 50 Cent's side on this one. There are some animals that deserve to be snitched on out there. Some things can't just be swept under the rug. Ja Rule responded and said, I'm not condoning Diddy's behavior. I'm showcasing Herman's character. Then he put up Herman's no different allegedly. 50 Cent, real name Curtis Jackson, has been involved in at least one well-documented domestic violence incident. In June 2013, he was accused of kicking his ex-girlfriend and the mother of his son, model Daphne Joy, also known as Daphne Navarez, in the stomach during an argument at her Los Angeles condominium, as well as destroying approximately $7,100 worth of her property, including furniture, a chandelier, and a television. The altercation reportedly stemmed from suspicious of infidelity. It says Los Angeles authorities charged him with 1 misdemeanor count of domestic violence and 4 counts of misdemeanor vandalism. Jackson pleaded not guilty initially, but later reached a plea deal in October 2013, pleading no contest to 1 count of vandalism. The domestic violence charge and 3 vandalism counts were dropped as part of the agreement. So with that being dropped, that was that, and Ja Rule put that up. Now, 50 Cent did deny the domestic violence at that time through his attorney, said nothing had went on. He had not been arrested. No warrant was out for his arrest. So we do need to make that clear. Even though 50 Ja Rule is throwing that up there, 50 had denied all that and said that was not true through him and his team. None of the stuff was factual, supposedly. I don't know. Then he said, it's cool when he do it. It's a problem when I do it. F out of here. Herman an abuser too, allegedly. Then he put up another post with somebody, and he put the eye emojis on there, where they wouldn't put up a situation where 50 had supposedly got into it with his ex-girlfriend, tatted up highly, and she had accused him of being a manipulator and woman beater. 50 supposedly, from this write-up right here, apologized to her for that. That don't mean that all this stuff is true either. I can't convict 50 from this cell phone, just like I can't convict Diddy from the cell phone and nobody else. If I didn't see the video, there's no proof he wasn't convicted of these things. I can't say that. But Ja Rule is popping out there as he's saying that this is not 50 caring. 50's not genuine. He's just using this as a moment to like get back at Diddy at this point in time. So people gonna have their own opinions on it. People got their opinions about the documentary, how everything was laid out and played out on there as well. Believe what y'all want to believe. I'm just gonna give people the things that has been coming out and me just using my common sense and my logic. And I think I do have common sense and logic. People misunderstand me at times and people hear it how they want to hear it. But I'll be giving you the direct facts and just using common sense when I speak on things like this, where, hey, of course, we not condoning what Diddy did at all. Never that. I'm not saying that that's cool. I'm for sure not going to be paying no male prostitutes to do a doggone thing. Him doing Cassie, how he dogged it, none of that. But at the same time, they went after a RICO case, bro. Like, bro was out here moving bricks. They pulled up to his house with tanks. You got to use a common sense of logic that, like, something else really went on. They had the real Homeland Security out there. It's some inner workings really behind this scene happening. Then this documentary situation. Believe what you want to believe and who you want to believe on that. The people on from the Diddy mama said those things ain't true. Also, Biggie mama estate, Miss Violetta Wallace, her estate said those things ain't true about the funeral. Then also said those things are not true about the negotiations for his new contract. We could all say, like, we've seen Diddy do very disrespectful, out-of-pocket things. I get that. But just because a person is out-of-pocket, disrespectful, has some very dark, negative energy about themselves, don't mean that they did everything that they said he did. Just keeping it all the way 100. Now, if it's factual, it's documented, it can be proven, I'm going to say that. But seeing some of these people like LaRod has no credibility to speak on anything with me. For one, all of y'all was around when all this was going on. Y'all was all down. Y'all was all cool with it. Now y'all want to speak out 20 and 30 years later, or however long later, what happened with anybody on that. And then also Lil Rod a few years after he did the album. But his lawsuit got debunked. It's not credible. So if you have lies in your lawsuit, things that was factually proven as lies, his lawsuit was the one that had all the celebrity names in it. Your Ushers, your Chris Browns, your Cuba Gooding Jr.'s, your Meek Mills, all that was in that document in his lawsuit that he had. And then he had a picture of some girls in there, and turns out the girl was Justin Combs' girlfriend. He said that they was some underage. He said something about the girls that was at the party, but he like, bro, that's his man gal. Like, what are you saying? And then, let me be clear with y'all. I'm going to say this before, just like I said last year. There is no such thing as a man gets his back bust up by another man, whether he got drugged or finessed or played with or whatever. If you know that happened to you, wake up with a man next to you in bed, like Lil Rod said, and if you go back around that man again, you're no longer a victim. You a volunteer, my boy. And you can't volunteer when you think you're going to get paid. And then when you don't get paid, hey, man, let me go ahead and start saying, oh, man, he abused me, he manipulated, he lied to me, and I was being abused. No, that's not how that works. There's no man. Now, women, the concept be a little bit different because I get it. But dudes, I'm not going for it. He has no credibility with me. I'll just speak to that. Now, the other part, I can't prove everything. I can only tell y'all what they say. Tell me what y'all think. We got more coming, more videos. All at 1,000 for shit show. Stay on your pivot.